Hi, this is Rod, and welcome to Custom Chronicles. I'm just doing a brief explanation of the next 3 videos. It's a project that I did for Stuckey's, in particular Stephanie Stuckey, the granddaughter of the founder of Stuckey's. And what it did was merged the retro packaging with metal flake and pinstripe and custom culture. So anyways, I'm going to be showing how I did these signs here, right there. And this one. That's going to be the 3 videos. So anyways, let's just get into it. Hi, this is Rob with Custom Chronicles. Today we are here at Stuckey's here in Mapsville, Virginia. We're getting some motivation and some supplies to help on this next project. So anyways, let's get into it. Let's see what we're going to be doing. Yeah, here we are. We're getting some supplies for our little project here, and look at all this good stuff. Got some of them, and we got a bunch of pecans. Now here's the supplies I picked up at Stuckey's. It's Stuckey's, of course. I got some pecans or pecans, tomato, don't know. But anyways, this is what I got. I got it for the packaging and to see the kind of the layout and whatnot here, plus the that. I could have looked up on the internet, but what I really wanted was a good thing of pecans to look at right there. So we're going to do a 10 by 20 panel, 2 of these with the right here and the, I guess, the lettering, the logo, for lack of better terms. And I'm going to turn around. I'm going to take this aluminum and cut out a bag and a log, and we're going to do this custom culture style. That's so we're going to be merging this retro packaging or original vintage style artwork packaging updated to metal flake custom culture. I'm not going to do pinstriping, but I thought about it, but I'm just going to let the metal flake and the candy paint do the work on this. And so let's get into it. I got to get these primed, I got to get these cut, and I'm going to show the process of how I'm going to cut them, but I'm not going to show the priming. But anyways, there we go. Stuckey's. I've already had a log, if I didn't mention that already, and I got some other good stuff to eat. Now also, this is not a product endorsement, but it's I actually like Stuckey's. That's why I even am doing it. So there it is. Now the first step on getting these panels ready, obviously I did the sand in there, but is to get the mask out. And this is transfer tape. I use it all the time. Many of my other videos I show how to use it with hot rod flames. It's so much faster than hand taping. You hand tape out the flames instead of back taping by using tape. You use this. But this also, I'd lay this out and I can draw on it. So just simply put right there. And that really helps with, ease of getting the artwork done. And what's going to happen is I'm going to kind of have a log like this. I'm trying to get the maximum distance out of this metal. We don't want to waste it. And then I'm going to kind of oversize this bag here and then shape it a little bit to give it more, we'll say, my style. But anyways, there's that. And here's this. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw it out. I'm not going to show that. I'll show it after it's done, and then we'll go into the next stage. Now here's the rough draft that's already put on the transfer tape. This is the bag for the bag of pecans, and this is for the pecan log roll, and in the plastic package with the cut ends there. And so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get these cut out. They're not 100% symmetrical. Again, just not trying to be, I guess. And so anyways, there's that. I'm going to keep on getting this done, and I will actually kind of fix that just spot here a little bit. I'm not too happy with it, but there we go. I'll do the cutting here shortly. All right, executive decision here, which actually makes sense, is I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and then pull the tape, because I'm replicating this. I don't want to damage the template here when I'm cutting with the tool. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut out. Yeah, I got to clean up this line there, and so we're going to get that cut out, and then out comes the handsaw to get this done. Now we're going to get this cut. I'm using the air saw here. Hopefully this blade's sharp enough. I'm going to go ahead and just get these cut out and start it, and then maybe I'll time lapse. But we got a decent amount of cutting to do. Not too bad. Hopefully you get the point and you see what's happening with the saw. It's kind of doing aluminum. That's why I'm going to prime this, and not just that, so the material I use sticks. But we're getting it. So anyway, it's kind of got the point. I will maybe go ahead and do a time lapse. Now we got these panels all laid out. I'm going to go ahead and shoot them silver. Got this one here kind of already done, but I'm going to shoot the rest of them here, get the silver on it. You're not really going to be able to see it, but then after that, the metal flake will go on. So I'm just going to go ahead and shoot these silver, and then we'll jump right over to the metal flake. Okay, we're going to load up the old flake gun here with the silver flake. We're doing a little bit bigger than normal here. Normal flake's a little bit smaller, but I want some of this punch because it's going to be in the background. There's going to be paint over top of all this stuff. So anyways, I want some big reflectivity in the background. So we're going to get this loaded up, and then we're going to start flaking. All right, we got the silver down. We're going to go ahead and start laying the base down so that we can get this base clear, excuse me, so we can get the metal flake down. And well, here we go. Just kind of spraying it on, just get it nice and wet. And then we got to come back with the flake gun and get the flakes to stick. There we go. We're doing the flaking. Little circular motion. We're laying it on. Just gently. Try not to waste too much flake. but I got to get the next round of clear on, get it nice and wet, and then we'll start shooting the flake again. Okay, on this project here, what I did for we're doing stripes on it that are going the narrow portion of the sign. We'll say the width, or actually the height on this one, because the lettering's going this way. Centered up. The first flake line is going to be right dead in the center, and then I'm going to build out an inch from each way all the way to the edge. What I didn't want was, I started to do this would have been flaked, and on this end would have been white. That wouldn't have looked good, you know, aesthetically. So we're going off the center line and building out from the center line to the edge. Just a little note, and you'll see how it comes out. It's not a real big deal, but there we go. Center line starting, and I'm going to build over and then over. Okay, I got all this taped up. You know, they're 1 inch increments. So it started from the middle, worked my way that way, and obviously to the left and the right. That way there's a uniformity, because if I did it the other way, where I started here and went down, it would have not looked right, because this would have been gold and that would have been white. So anyways, that's just using a little bit of forethought. Now, I have to confess, I totally botched filming. I didn't even film it and think about it, got all excited, shot the pagan gold over the silver flake. Didn't get any video footage of that, but I'm not making the mistake again. We will get the spraying this white, and then after that, it's going to get gold ice over top of that, and I'll do that, but it tends not to show up real well in the camera. I will try to get an angle where you can see the gold ice in the SG100, and then after that, we go ahead with the final lettering, and that'll be pretty much it for these panels. Now, the other panels I'm doing are going to be a little bit more complicated, because there's multiple different colors, and I'm going to be doing flake on that too as well, different flakes. But let's get this sprayed. All right, the second coat's going on. Just going the opposite direction, just kind of cross-hatching. What the hell? There we go, right edge. Well, now we're all painted up. We got to go to the next phase, which is peeling this up here. Hopefully I can do this without pulling any paint or any of the nonsense that happens sometimes. I should have pretty clean lines and whatnot. We'll see. I'll get a couple of these done. Now I'll go to time lapse. That'd probably be the best way of going about it. Look at that, nice clean line right there. Hopefully the other side's just as good. We will see. Yeah, so far so good. All right. Then we'll go ahead and switch over to time lapse and then go ahead and peel all this tape off. Well, there it is. The beginning. Now I'm going to overcoat all this. I just got to clean up a couple things. Like right here I got a little mark. That was my centering mark. Same thing on the other panel. And I got to clean up just an edge right here. There's a little white there. I forgot to over tape, and just that one spot. So we're going to get that fixed. All right, we got this gold ice that we're loading in. We'll get this done real quick. Get that stirred in there. Hopefully it's coming up in the camera pretty good. We want a lot of gold ice in there, and that is, yeah, it's pretty hammered, believe it or not. But I'll just do a pinch more, make sure. Stir that in. You can just see it coming off the stick, hopefully. So, anyways. All right, get this loaded into the gun. And then we're going to spray it. Okay, here we go. We're just going to go ahead and pound this on there. The camera's not even going to even show anything, I guess. The SC100 isn't all shiny like regular clear coat is. And then, of course, my lighting ain't so great. So you're not going to see the gold ice going on. But I'm just showing that I am spraying it. I'm going to just keep going until it's loaded up. I want that gold ice to be showing on this white. We're going to have stuff shimmering everywhere. Then one more pass and I'll let it sit for a minute. Alright, I got this panel outside, just trying to see if we can pick up any of the ice pearl, which is a processed ground glass. It's the gold ice. It's really shining down here in this bottom corner. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I'm just going to start moving the panel here and see. Got some good angle of sun here. Trying to keep my shadow out of it too. But yeah, this thing's looking great as far as I'm concerned. Just got a couple more things to do to it and it'll be finished. Here we are. We're going to go ahead and just kind of low pressure spray on some white. We're going to even this out here, and then we're getting rid of all this good flake. Look at that, it's disappearing. But rest assured, we're putting more flake on. And of course I did vinyl cutouts because I could have done this by hand and did a graphite transfer and cutout, but it would take me too long. So did the vinyl cutout, and there we go. Just kind of going to get covered in red. We're just trying to tone it down, even it out, because the flake is going to be buried on it. And the thicker we make it, the harder it's going to be to bury it. So we're going to just kind of leave it at that. Get the red on here next. Okay, here's the red. Get this layered on. All we got to do is one coat. Make sure we get it good and thick, because we're going to be burying it in flake. We just want to have it so that if there's anything that pokes through, that it's covered. There we go. The red. All right, here we are again. flaking. We're going to up the air pressure slightly. And we're going to start getting the flake to come out. Do a nice little circular motion. You're going to get this stuff, you know, pretty buried. You got to be quick because it likes to tack up too much sometimes. Just a little bit more air pressure, maybe some more to come out. A little better vacuum going here. I don't know how well the flaking's coming in on the camera. I may switch to different lighting situation here too. Here it is all flaked out, and I'm trying to get the light so we can see it moving around here. We got a nice rainbow prism going on there. And we'll get the vinyl pulled, and that'll look really good. And here it is. Now we got the flaking done on this. We're going to go ahead and pull the vinyl. Hopefully it isn't too much disaster here. I don't have too much crap on the edging to fix up. But one of the problems with flaking is it does create a little bit of a mess. So I'm going to have to be careful to make sure I got everything clean after the fact. So far so good. Nothing's pulled up. And what I'm worried about is this portion here, the vinyl. I'll get all this other crap up in a minute. So this is when it gets satisfying, is when you start pulling the vinyl up and seeing the net result. Probably would have helped if I had a razor blade, but we're getting it. I gotta be careful because this stuff is loaded on here, the material, the clear and the flake, so I want to try to get as clean lines as possible. Right off the bat, you got a spot to fix, but once you get it going, it gets better. Yeah, right here, this edge right there, I'm gonna hit to fix that. And that's the other issue with flake. When you get this buried up, maybe I should have pulled the vinyl right away, but I couldn't do it. And I had other issues that I had to take care of yesterday. I'm gonna break it off here. I'm gonna circle it around. I think as long as I'm not trying to pull too much, I'll get cleaner lines. And it's going to go right up in between here. I'll cut that off there. I'm just going to work this bottom section. Right in there. Let's see how you got it clean. It's just because the material's so loaded up on this vinyl to get the flake buried. And see how it's pulling right there. But that's alright because I'm going to come in and clean up the edges. Then because I'm going to have to. It's literally pulling the whole S up right here. I don't know if you can see that right there, but there we go. Kind of get the gist of it. Now I got to weed it out. break this off there. Now, I will say Flake graphics are definitely not the easiest. Not the way I'm doing it. Take that off right here. Don't want to pull it too much until we're ready. Now I'll just kind of rock it down here just a little bit. Hopefully get clean brakes on everything. Down here, the S, I don't know if the camera's picking that up. Can't tell. Right over here. Oh, that comes off. Now, go ahead and finish weeding out all this. I'll show it when it's all done, but obviously I gotta straighten up right there, which I'm gonna be coming in and doing white, just a straight up white on this, and now that's what I'm gonna use to clean it up, and then I'll get all that stuff that all the edges, right, even right here, fixed up. Here we are, we're looking at the big 10x20 panel there. I don't know if the rainbow prism flake's showing up in the camera here, but it is definitely showing in its eyes. It's cool. I'm really digging it, and I already cleaned up this here, doing the lines on here. So anyways, obviously I'm left-handed. I'm going to start at the right and move my way left. That way I'm not dragging in anything, but I'm going to get into getting this done. I'm going to maybe time lapse this for a little bit. Now after the time lapse there, you can kind of see where we're at. I still got to finish up the T and the S, but I just didn't want to push on this bottom. I got to do all that. I just didn't want to keep it rolling on the time lapse. Seems like it was going a little bit long, but this work does take time. It is by hand, and so anyways, here we are. We'll finish this up, and then I'll show video of all this stuff when it's done. outlining, that is. Okay, here on this next portion of this job, I have got this border line right here all the way around. I got the center line marked here, and I've got the centers marked right on all four sides. So anyways, what I'm doing is I'm setting up the pinstripe graphic and the whatnot. So this I'm using as my radius. I probably should set up the camera better, but I'm using the radius there to create part of the pinstripe design. And so anyways, I'll hold that there, and I'll just kind of go right to the tape, follow that around. There's that, and then around up here, do the same thing up top. Get it lined up. There it is. Take tape off, put it on this side right here, and then the same thing. And then I've free form the design. You know, try to have something that's not too busy. You know, that's one of my problems. I do a lot of busy stuff. But there it is, and that's what I did for that. And you can see there's my peaks right there, and got them up here. So anyways, I've already pre-done it on the first one right here. Kind of show it right there. And down here, it's here too. I haven't finished down here yet. I'm not quite sure what I want to do, whether I want to repeat the diamond that I have here or not, but we'll see. I'll show that when it's down. Just wanted to kind of point out the border lining. Everything's going to be within 3/4 of an inch from the edge, and I may even do a little trailer here. I don't know, probably nothing. It doesn't need it. I don't want to get too busy, which is one of my problems, is I go overkill on stuff sometimes. But there we go. Now, the brushes I'm going to be using are my trusty MAC SLS, and I'm going to use this, I believe it's a Tidwell, right there. Turn around, right there. And I'm going to go ahead and fill this in black. And I'm going to come back and then do a dark brown, brindle brown, and an imitation gold to create these out. And I'm keeping it very subtle, not too busy. I want to kind of keep it kind of classy and not do overkill. So there we are. And any of the black left over here, I'll wipe that off after the paint dries. So, well, we're going to go ahead and get this done first, and then come back and do these. So get some more video here in a minute. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get the first color down, which is the darker brown on here. And I'm going to do all pull strokes. I'm going to pull it towards me. Yeah, hopefully I don't make a shipwreck of it. It should be pretty good. Just cleaned that up. Piled in some more paint. And I got to do this long stroke here. into a turn. Get a little bit of paint. Got this one right here to do. All right. It's real thin down here at the end. And I got no room to work as always. There we go. That's the way I want it to look. And then down here, just clean this up a little bit. Flip this around. Hopefully I can pick that up there. Turn the camera a little bit. Hopefully it's on there. I'll hit the peak. Let me look. Yep. Picking this end up. Here, pardon my arm for a second. And tie it into the other line right here, or golden. And I get to thicken it up just a pinch too. Oops. Correct that. There we go. Brown's on that portion. I'll show the next color. All right, I got the brown done, the dark brown. We'll call it pecan brown because it's nice and dark. And then we're going to go ahead and do the golden brown, or the imitation gold. And I think that's a good accent color with this, and we're not getting a little crazy on this design here, but we got just a little bit of detail. So I'm going to go ahead and put this camera down and pull these lines real quick. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. And so anyways, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Hopefully I didn't move that too much. I'm good and comfortable now. I've been pinstriping for a few minutes. Jitters are gone for the most part. And well, we're just going to get this done. It looks like my paint's getting real thin here. Come back, load up again. Palette this out. Try not to bore you guys with that. This brown actually is shows up, but it's not blaring. I think I like it. Pull that line again, thicken it up. I'll come back this other direction here at the tip and make that all good right here. Loosen the paint up and then pull this line right here. Right up into a point. And I thinned it out quite a bit at the point there because we want to be able to see the curve. Pull the brush up. There it is. Happy with that. Go ahead and move that like right here. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. And I'll pull off of this tip here. And we'll thicken that up. There we go. I'll just go ahead and put that panel down there. And again, hope it's in the frame. Just peek. Yep. Add some paint in, and then that's all I'm going to show of this. Kind of get the point. You know, I don't want to show every aspect that I'm doing because it'll be a 10-hour long video. Some of my videos are long enough as is. I think people watch them for about a minute, get bored of me, and then they bail. But that's okay. Don't just keep doing my thing here. And there it is. I'll turn it around. Thicken this up a little bit. And then all that black smudging will disappear when I clean it up, which I will be cleaning it up. Pretty happy with that. I just got to do the triangle down here and get the point. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the camera off. I'll show this here in a second when I get a chance. You know, I unfortunately don't control a lot of things around here at the shop, and it gets a little frustrating. Look at that. Nice. Sorry, it's so late in the day, and just kind of went by the door, and the rainbow prism is showing up like nobody's business on these panels here. Oh, that's good. I got to get the light back. Can't win, but there we go. I'll show this when it's all finished up. Got these things all buffed out and got them in the, I guess you would say, sort of morning sun. I'm trying to show the dynamic of the paint, and you know, I know the camera isn't picking it up, but this stuff is just glistening. All the ground glass and the white, and then the rainbow prism and the flake, the red flake there, and got the pecan showing out real good. These things look wonderful. Very happy. I'm going to get them signed and shipped. And finally, the last one. Glad to have this project over. It took a long time to get it done. Not actual labor hours wise, but time frame wise, because I'm so busy hopping around, me and my ADD. And so anyways, it's good to finish stuff up. Actually, cursive that one. Change it up. Packing them up, getting them shipped out. I gotta get another layer of paper in there, and then it's off to Georgia.